Back in the building. I want to say thank you because you have been patiently waiting. You have been here all day. You was actually supposed to go on, but it kind of, time. Why does that always happen?
It's dangerous over here.
Dangerous over here messing with stuff.
It's not me, it's the wine.
It's dangerous messing with stuff.
Sorry.
So, sorry for the little technical difficulty, but you've been patiently waiting. It was supposed to be a different type of order, but it got kind of messed up. But you stuck it out, and you came through here. So what's gonna happen is when stuff like this happens, and not so much when I run out of time because I'm not out of time. Usually I like to bring the artist back because I appreciate you for just even doing that. So introduce So I like to do my own introduction. So you were recommended because everyone knows that I do local artists and stuff like that. So they was like, yo, P Rock, and I'm like, who the fuck is P Rock? And they like, yo, put him on the show. But I remember you because you did a show with HD Ball City, and this was a while back. You was on the performances, so I remember you performing. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should get the dude, but I never paid attention. Then the girl kept saying it, then she was like, P Banga. I was like, oh, girl, yeah, you're right. I definitely got to get him in the building. So he is definitely in the building. You've been waiting so patiently. What 3 hours now? I know y'all better get it together over there, talking under my ear.
I think I came in around 9.
Yeah, you did.
Quarter to 9 or something.
And you've been sitting here patiently waiting, and I appreciate you so much, because your time is money and money is time. So I appreciate that. So tell the people who you are and what do you do.
P Banga, first and foremost on that P Rock thing, man.
I don't know why she said that. Why did she say that?
Because nowadays everybody's getting identified off their Facebook names.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if you don't really know nobody for anything else.
Like, oh yeah, Snuffy from Facebook.
Or you're, I'm just trying to get my life together, Johnson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because in Junebug, I remember they got you as a family member.
Jackson, so it's like, because right now, I know a lot of people are seeing that Pete Rock thing right now. I just wasn't somebody that wanted to put my full government on, social media, so I had, I just came up with something, somewhat, that had to do with hip-hop, and I am a big fan of P Rock himself. Shout out to P Rock, CL Smooth and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So P Banga is my official stage name, people who know me, they know me for who I am, you know what I mean? But as far as for entertainment goes, P Banga, always moving entertainment. We earning every dollar, the WEED, and then a drug is a way of life. Don't hate me, embrace me, don't show me no pity. I'm just trying to do it for my city. Sometimes it's too real for your mind, sometimes it's too real for mine, you know what I mean? But I make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Bless you, danger. Oh, they're sneezing and stuff. So when did you discover that you had talent?
As far as for being an MC, I would more say, like my freshman year of high school, I've always dipped and dabbed in music growing up. I was heavily influenced by like my older sister. Shout out to the Playgirl, Miss Tori, the Empress, you know what I mean?
Yes.
She was a very talented MC back in her day and stuff.
Oh, she still is.
Yeah, big time, she definitely influenced me big time to become an MC. I used to try to take her rhyme books and sometimes rearrange anything she said about a boy into like a girl or something like that. And, she was one of my biggest idols, and then after that, coming into like the freshman year of high school, some of my homies were spitting and stuff, and I've always been a fan of hip hop for a long time, so I just started, putting together my own little things and putting my life in perspective, and hey, I had a nice flow, people was digging it, and I just started writing from there,
That's what's up.
If anything, like 14, 15.
Okay, so when did you say, this is, I'm going to take it serious, like this is what I want to do, this is what I'm doing in my life, I'm going to make it into a career. Would you stop messing with the, hello? Yes, I'm so sorry, y'all. This is a little technical difficult. So when did you start taking this, like, seriously, like this is what I want to do, this is my career?
I would say, it started off a lot around the age of like 16. Shout out to 450 Hip Hop, True Hip Hop. It was like a program they had for the community for young artists and young entertainers really trying to do their thing. So I kind of got established with them, and then got established with a rap group by the name of Braveside. And the people in that program was more trying to show us on how to become bigger than just talent, inside your city and stuff, letting us know that we could become a lot more. So they was more trying to train us on becoming bigger than what we already was. So I had a lot of good influences around there and people that try to put me onto the game, but I would say more until I got more mature, because I was only around 16 and stuff around the time. So till the time I got around 18. Even back then they used to say you talented, but we can't really do a lot for you too, on the strength that back then you can't get into clubs and stuff like that. Like today nowadays it's a lot more lenient for a lot of the young artists and stuff to come out and stuff. So
you go in, do your show, and go out.
Yeah, so what I mean, and only people try to do so much for you at that. But the older I got, and the more I was able to be more responsible to take care of myself and have my own career in my hands, I just started moving forward with it. So I would say I got more serious maybe around 2005, 2006,
That's what's up.
But always been a fan of the mix, the talent, forever.
So can you describe your sound?
Hip hop, MC, real up north rapper, we from Boston, you know what I'm saying?
Don't tell me you're one of those rappers, because I will go in.
I'm just saying I'm a real...
You sound like you from Chicago. Excuse me. I'm from Chicago.
That's what I said. I'm from Boston,
Okay.
I'm a Boston MC. I'm from up north, I come from somewhat of a southern background, but I know where I'm from, I know what raised me. I know the type of
Yeah, but Boston
I'm
don't have one sound. They have a whole bunch of sounds. That's what I'm trying to say.
Can I just say...
Because everybody that get on my nerves that saying, don't get on my nerves and say that, it sounds like some people from Chicago, because Chicago got so many different artists, it's ridiculous.
No.
Kanye West is from Chicago. Common is from Chicago. So you can't say, because I'm from Chicago, so we can go on and on. It's just that right now, Keith Chief.
Not a drill rapper. I perform...
Not even a drill rapper, you know what I mean?
Him.
I'm just an MC at the end of the day.
Right.
I just more, my craft comes from, exactly from where I came from, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm an 80s baby, so
Me too.
from what I had to listen coming up was, the Jay-Z's and the Nas's and the Lox's, you know what I mean? The
lyricists,
stuff,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So that's what I'm used to, that's what I know, that's what I gravitate towards, and
Right.
that's what I always, admired.
But that's why you gravitated, not necessarily because you're from Boston. It's just because what you gravitate, because everybody from Boston gravitate to different things. Is what I'm trying to say is, don't not so much put yourself in a box, but people say because you're from Boston you gotta be a lyricist. That's not true. You might be on trap music because that's what you want to do.
That's why I always say to each his own.
Right. See, I like you. See.
I can't tell nobody, what to do with what feels comfortable for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? If when you first started getting into music and what turned you on to it was probably drill music or the southern cadences nowadays or whatever the case or whatever have you, it's that's what's up. I'm not gonna knock somebody out of their element for that. If that's what you're comfortable with, if that's what you feel like that's where you can put your best into, it's
another thing is music is like a pair of shoes. You feel me? It's
they're not for everybody.
If he's wearing Jordans and I don't wear Jordans, then I'm not gonna try to put my feet in no Jordans.
Right.
If he's a size 12 and I'm a size 8, that just don't work. Yeah. So it's the same thing with a flow. Your
I just know some people that's not into J's. You know what I'm saying? Some people that's not into Nikes. Shout out my cousin Sting Kizzy. Nothing against Nike. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking for the endorsement later, but it's He got a Air Force One for an ashtray, you know what I mean? He literally is just all Adidas, you know what I mean? It's just and I just respect that. If that's something that he's into, that's what he's into. Nobody else is going to influence him to be something different. Right. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I don't agree with. If you grew up on something and you know that you're used to something else, and you just trying to be something else just because you kind of see that's
different. Now that's different.
That's different.
That's the problem with mainstream hip hop.
That's janky.
That's why I don't take that away from some of the younger artists coming up, because that's kind of their new era now.
Right.
So
look at it,
if that's the case, if that's how you feel, so how do you feel about the old school rappers that try to fit in with the new age mainstream hip hop?
Hey, to each his own. If you feel like you got to try to keep up with some of these people to stay relevant, then that's on you. I'm gonna just do what I gotta do and do what I'm.
Right, because somebody like Jay-Z, he's I feel like he's still true to who he is as an artist.
But if you real with your craft and you that ill of an MC, you can not only you can adapt to it and also still be you at the same token.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Because
exactly.
I've heard Jay on everything, and it's just like he still give you that Jay. You
Right,
know what
like
I mean?
it's not
you know,
it's not renegade no more, but it still has that same intensity. It still has that same
it still has that
delivery.
integrity in it.
Exactly.
Energy is one of a kind.
Yeah, I definitely think he's grown a lot tremendously.
That's just because we're real MC heads who listen and we've heard him mature after all the years.
Yo, his
like,
verse on Pound Cake.
oh yeah,
Right.
That's
So,
what's up.
you
even
said
though
you're
I got the key thing right now, you know, demonstrates that no matter what, stay to what you know, man, and shoot, you progress out of that. Because Jay's like, you know what I mean, Jay's Jay.
So you said your main influences again are who?
Oh well, as far as for like when I first got into it, my sister was like one of my biggest influences. But as far as
Who's
me
really
getting
big?
into music, some of the
I said who's really big. I know her.
yeah,
I
you
know.
know, like I said, shout out to Miss Tora the Empress, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes. It's my girl.
But as far as for like me really getting into music, I had a lot of older cousins. I started getting into like people like the Killer Bees and stuff like that, Wu-Tang and things like that. You know what I mean? Royal Flush. A lot of them New York rappers and stuff. You know what I mean? There was a couple of Boston heads out there like From Snatcher. You know what I mean? Hangman and them. You know what I mean? Like the whole. RSO, it was just like a lot coming from Boston too.
Who was
but,
in the building a couple of weeks
you know,
ago, RSO.
Yeah, so but what I first like kind of was hearing a lot more was like the Method Mans and the Red Mans and all of that out there.
Yo, that's one of my
Queensbridge
favorite
Mans,
artists.
and one of my peoples put me on like at a young age to like Jada Kiss and the Locks and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are one of my biggest influences right there. Just they hold what they stand by, living off experience. You know what I mean? It's kind of what I feel like every MC should be based off. You know what I mean?
So, and with that being said, right? So in the process of perfecting your craft and on this musical journey that you've been on so far, which artists did you look to for like certain steps or phases in your development of your artistry?
It varies because like I'm a big fan of a lot of artists. Fabulous, Lloyd Banks is 50 Cent, Eminem.
What I
Andre
mean by
3000.
that is, I say like basically like if you have any music right now, you know what I'm saying? Is there a certain song or a certain flow that you can credit to hearing something before or anything like that?
Oh, a lot of people say I got a real New Yorkish type style, like even somewhat of a D Block type flow. Like I get compared to sometimes like a Jada Kiss sometimes, like you know what I mean.
And you did say that was one of your influences. So.
Yeah.
Yo, I love Jada.
Yeah.
No. When I mean I love Jada, I want to marry him. For y'all laughing, I'm gonna find him.
Well, and he's supposed to be up here soon, so.
I know
better
we're
get your
fabulous.
ticket. Mm-hmm.
I ain't getting no ticket. I'm trying to get on him.
See,
Hell,
he's
I'm gonna buy a
always
ticket
been
for
like
me with the
dope
rest of the
lyricists
group.
coming
Yes,
up, like
yes.
Cassidy and all them.
No, I don't know about that one.
I can't, see, what I mean, that's
Well,
all-
no, well,
what
me and
you-
Cassidy
what
got a
you
beef.
talking about.
So okay, so let me explain that. Me and Cassidy got a little beef right now because what happened was a couple of years ago when Nicki Minaj did the Looking Ass Niggas.
Oh, yeah.
I did a blog about it, and I kind of got at Cassidy because I felt like, why would you? Sometimes you men get on my nerves with the responses. Let us have our moment. When y'all make y'all little songs about us, you don't say nothing. We all agree, like, yeah, we know a bitch like that or whatever. But then she come out speaking real, which I feel like she could have went deep in on y'all. She came out and here come Cassidy ain't been out, this and that. Now, lo and behold, to me, mind you, I think the views got maybe 200 views on it. I would have never guessed that it would have got back to him that I, you know what I'm saying, that I said something to him. I guess he was, but this is like, I want to say about a good year or two ago. This was a minute ago. So, I mean, it was like, not him hitting him up, but his people's like, basically like, not saying anything bad, but like, why would you say that? Because that's what I want to say was on my fucking mind. So
Well, that's a person
get
where
at me.
everybody's entitled to their opinion and stuff.
And
like
guess
that.
what? If anytime he feel like he know where to find me, come to Night Life Nation, and we can work it out on him. We can work it out on the mic.
I can't take away from him being that dope lyricist.
Yeah,
What I used to
yeah.
like to listen to growing up, crying out loud. Homegirl even got on AM to the PM. You know?
Not to say that he didn't not to say he didn't do a good job on that remake. He did do a good job on that remake. I gave him that. I gave him that.
Yeah, definitely.
Big time. You know what I mean? With the battle rapping and just being a dope MC and lyricist.
Yes.
You know, like. And that's what like drives me and stuff, you know. I'm not trying to be better than nobody, but if anything, I am trying to perfect my craft and just do the best of my ability, just as an MC at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
So I have another question for you, right? So I'm actually glad that you brought that up because it's a topic that I'm asked about a lot as a female artist. So I listen to you, and to me, it doesn't seem like you come off as vulgar towards women or, you know, degrading towards women. But how